But now is the fun, somewhat complicated stuff. Like I said, this tutorial is fairly advanced. Public void draw screen int par1 int par2 float par3. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw the background. So int texture equals mc dot render engine dot get texture, and now the texture file is explog GUI dot png. So type that out. This method, it'll tell the rendering engine of Minecraft to get the texture, and then it'll return an int. Yeah. And now mc.renderEngine.bind texture. So basically, on these two lines, we tell the rendering engine to get a texture, and then we tell it that we want to use that texture, right? So if you're making your custom GUI with a new background texture, you would just replace this with whatever your texture name is. And now after that, gl11.glcolor 4f, I believe. Yes. And now we're just going to have 1.0, 1.0, 1.0. Well, make sure you have an f after that. 1.0f, 1.0f, and another one. Alright? This tells OpenGL that we want to use all colors, turn every single color on, basically. And now a bunch of variables after that. Int x size equals 196. Int y size equals 90. This is just the GUI size. Depending on your GUI and whether you want it centered or not, you're going to have to change these. But this is basically the size of my GUI. Int x equals width divided by x size divided by 2. Int y equals height minus y size divided by 2. This is just going to make our texture, I should say, centered. And now draw textured model rect. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but don't worry about it. And then pass in x, comma y, comma 0, comma 0, comma x size, comma y size. Now, you guys might not know what you're actually doing here, but this is drawing a rectangle at position x. Okay, I should say you're drawing a textured, basically a textured image at position x comma y with a width of x size and a height of y size, and then it's going into the texture and starting at position 0 comma 0. So yeah, that's a mouthful, but basically all this is doing, this whole code right here, is basically drawing our GUI centered. That's all that it's doing. Hopefully I didn't confuse anyone. And then after that, super.draw screen. Let's have it pop up for us, right? If we don't feel like typing. Draw screen. And let's click enter. And then a semicolon at the end of that. And then we're going to type draw enchant info. And now obviously we don't have that method yet, so click on create method. And then save. And then now this is a whole crazy bunch of stuff that I've actually taken most of it from the actual Minecraft rendering. In this method right here, we're going to draw the XP bar as seen, in the regular Minecraft HUD. It's going to draw the XP bar, the percent bar, and it's going to draw the current level that it has. So, draw GUI title without a shadow, because it doesn't do that. We don't want a shadow. Font render dot draw string experience log And now this is our x, so width divided by 2 minus 90. This is just the position of the string. This is how I want it. I've changed this around a little bit to make it work, but you can always change it. And now comma OX 36 comma 36. This is the color of this is the color that this string should be. I've used a tool online to figure out what I wanted it to be, basically. That's basically how you do that. You could Google online and figure out the hexadecimal value of the color that you want for the string, because that's really all that is. And now we're going to add another comment. Draw enchant level. This is the whole enchantment level drawing. This is just the level. To just draw that one string that looks kind of fancy, we need a whole bunch of lines of code. And this is like I said before, this is basically taken from Minecraft itself. String s equals that 2 quotations plus XP level. This is just creating a string from that int. So int I equals width, int j equals height divided by 2 plus 13. Int I3 equals I minus font renderer, that gets string width s divided by 2. This is making it centered, like I said before. Now int k3 equals j minus 38. This whole bunch of code you really don't need to know. This is just for basically this mod right here, because it's really complicated for drawing the level. Font renderer dot draw string. Let's erase all of that. So s comma I3 plus 1 comma k3 comma 0. And let's copy and paste that, because we're going to be doing this multiple times. So s comma I3 minus 1 comma k3 comma 0. Now paste it again. I3 comma k3 plus 1 comma 0. Paste it again. I3 comma k3 minus 1 comma 0, in case you guys have figured out a pattern. And now font render dot draw string I3 comma k3 comma ox 0 ox 80ff20. And now that's it. We've drawn the level, and now we need to actually draw the enchantment bar. So draw enchantment bar GL11. We actually need to do this again. We can just copy from up there. We need to tell OpenGL that we want every single color. GL11.GL bind texture / GUI. Oh, never mind. GL11.bind texture GL11.GL underscore texture, spelled texture wrong, underscore 2D, comma MC dot render engine dot get texture / GUI / icons dot PNG. For some reason it doesn't like that. No, I forgot a parentheses. Alright, so now we're going to actually draw it. So int j5 equals I divided by 2 minus 91. Int I6 equals I divided by 2 plus 91. And int L6 equals XP bar cap XP level. This is basically drawing the progress on the current level. This is the function that Minecraft uses. If L6 is greater than 0, so that means if we have more than 0 experience on the current level, car_c equals /266. Int j8 equals int experience times float c plus 1. Like I said before, this is just the formula that Minecraft uses to draw it. Int I9 equals j minus 44. And then we're going to draw the texture. Draw texture rectangle j5, comma I9, comma 0, comma 64, comma c, comma 5. Yeah, it's a mouthful, but I forgot the D in that. Yeah. Okay. Now, if j8 is greater than 0, j8 is greater than 0, draw textured rectangle j5, comma I9, comma 0, comma 69, comma j8, comma 5.